The image on the screen is that of a normal distribution curve. And as with any graph, we need to know on the x-axis what are the units that we are counting. Meaning, if you are looking at a graph about money, each individual unit might be $1,000. If you're looking at population, each individual unit might be 10,000 people. So you'd have the first mark be 10,000 people, the second mark be 20,000 people, etc. On a normal distribution curve, the X marks that we are looking at are standard deviations. And so our basic marks are 1 standard deviation away from you, 2 standard deviations from you, going obviously in either direction. And the fact is, the mu and the standard deviation are going to change according to each problem. Now, the issue is, what happens when we have an x that isn't a whole standard deviation away from mu? How do we use that x in order to find the area either to the left of it or to the right of it? What we need is something called the z-score. What the z-score does is it tells us how many standard deviations away from mu our x is. Is it half a standard deviation away? Is it 2.5 standard deviations away from mu? Where does it lie on our x graph? And we have a very simple formula for our z-score. Z is equal to x minus mu over sigma, where mu is our mean and sigma is our standard deviation. This is a simple formula to use. You just have to memorize it because all you're doing is you're going to be plugging in x, mu, and sigma, which will all be given to you in the problem. Once you have your z-score, you can then turn to your charts in order to look up the area under the curve. As a reminder, the chart is always going to give you your area to the left of your z. So the chart that we have, and the areas are not something you're expected to memorize, the chart is going to give you this area always, which means if the problem is looking for this area, which is the area greater than z, you'd have to take 1 minus the area you find in the chart in order to find the area to the right of z. The area to the left of z will always be given in your chart.